No one really talks about aging in an honest way. People talk about growing up, success, being young and strong. But aging is usually discussed in whispers. As the years pass, life becomes quieter. The phone rings less often, the world moves faster, but you move slower, and suddenly you notice something you never noticed before. Time feels different. Every morning can feel both familiar and strange, and even small moments start to feel precious. When you are young, you believe time will wait for you. You think there will always be another chance, another year, another tomorrow. But with age, you learn a quiet truth. Time does not slow down for anyone. It only becomes more precious. You begin to watch the hours differently, and you realize that each day is a gift, not a guarantee. Elder Dallin H has taught that life is not measured by how busy we are, but by how meaningful our choices become. This lesson becomes clearer as we grow older. In later years, you start thinking more deeply. You remember moments you once ignored, small conversations, simple choices. Things that once seemed unimportant now carry great weight. Even the simplest smile or kind word can leave a mark that lasts longer than anything else. Aging does not always bring pain. Sometimes, it brings clarity. You begin to understand that life was never about rushing. It was about learning, loving, and becoming better, little by little. Many seniors feel invisible, not because they lack value, but because the world is always looking forward, never backward. Yet wisdom lives in those who have walked the longest roads, and in that quiet wisdom, you find the strength to face tomorrow with hope. Elder Oaks reminds us that every season of life has a purpose. Youth teaches energy, adulthood teaches responsibility, but aging teaches truth. Truth about what matters, truth about what lasts, and truth about what must be let go. There comes a moment when you stop chasing things, stop trying to prove yourself, and stop living for applause. In that silence, something powerful happens. You begin listening more, to your heart, to your conscience, and to God. This is not weakness, this is growth. The quiet years are not empty years. They are often the most honest ones. If you are willing to listen, aging has lessons no book can teach, and no success can replace. But here is the question most people avoid. What happens when you realize time is no longer promised, only borrowed? Because once you understand this truth, everything about how you live must change. And that is the first life lesson every senior must face. And in the next part, we will explore exactly what it means when time is no longer guaranteed, and how seniors can use every moment wisely before it slips away. Time is the most important thing we have, but it is also very easy to forget its value. When we are young, we think we have a lot of time. We plan for tomorrow, next year, or the future. We often say, "I will do it later," or "I have enough time." But as we grow older, we start to see the truth. Time does not wait for anyone. Every day is borrowed, and once it is gone, we can never get it back. Elder Dallin H. teaches that knowing the value of time can change how we live. It changes the way we make choices and what we care about. Small moments, which we ignored before, suddenly become very important. A phone call to a loved one, a kind word to a neighbor, a smile to a friend. These small things are actually the most precious parts of life. Many seniors feel a quiet worry as they grow older. There is no longer time to wait or put things off. Time is limited, and this can feel scary. But it can also feel freeing. When we accept that each moment is borrowed, we learn to use it in the best way. We learn to speak kindly, forgive the past, and focus on what brings peace to our hearts. Life starts to be about quality, not quantity. We notice the sunsets, the laughter of our grandchildren, and the small joys we used to ignore. Elder Oaks reminds us that living with this thought does not mean living in fear. It means living with purpose. Each day is a chance to love, help, and leave a mark that time cannot erase. And here is an important truth. We cannot add more hours to the day, but we can choose how fully we live every hour we have. Choosing love instead of anger, patience instead of frustration, and thankfulness instead of regret makes every moment meaningful. But knowing that time is limited is only the start. The next lesson is about letting go of regrets and finding peace, even when the past cannot be changed. This lesson can be one of the hardest, yet the most freeing, lessons of life. Regret is something everyone feels at some point in life. We look back and think, I should have done this, or I should not have done that. Seniors often carry these regrets quietly in their hearts. They think about lost chances, mistakes, or words they wish they could take back. But Elder Dallin H teaches that holding on to regret only makes life heavier. Forgiving yourself and others can free your heart and mind. It is never too late to let go. Even if we cannot change the past, we can change how we think about it. We can learn from our mistakes and accept them as part of our journey. Sometimes the hardest part is saying, I forgive myself, or I forgive you. But doing this brings peace that no one or nothing else can give. Letting go of regret also helps us enjoy the present. When our hearts are not burdened by what could have been, we can see the beauty of today. We notice the small joys, the laughter of family, the quiet moments of love, and the simple pleasures that make life worth living. Elder Oaks reminds us that every day is a gift, and peace comes when we stop carrying yesterday's mistakes. Many seniors worry about things they cannot fix, but regret is only heavy if we keep holding it. Letting go does not mean we forget or that it didn't matter. It means we accept what happened and focus on what we can do now. It means we live with courage, kindness, and hope for the time we still have. But letting go of regret is only part of the journey. The next lesson shows how seniors can face change and loss without fear, and how life can still be full of purpose, even when everything around them changes. Change is one of the hardest parts of life. As we grow older, many things we once took for granted begin to change. Our bodies are not as strong as before. Friends and loved ones may pass away, and roles we used to have in work or family may end. Elder Dallin H. teaches that accepting change is a key part of finding peace. Life will not stay the same, and resisting change often brings more pain than the change itself. Loss can feel heavy. Losing someone we love, losing health, or losing independence can leave us feeling scared or alone. It is normal to feel sadness, fear, or even anger. But Elder Oaks reminds seniors that loss is also part of life's natural path. We cannot stop every change or hold on to everything we love, but we can choose how we respond. Accepting what comes allows our hearts to heal and opens the way to new blessings. Even in loss, life still holds meaning. We can find purpose in helping others, sharing our experiences, and passing on wisdom to younger generations. The love we give and the kindness we show are never lost. They continue to grow, even when we face hard times. Seniors who accept change learn that life is not about holding on to what is gone, but about embracing what remains and finding new ways to serve. Change also teaches resilience. Every difficult moment can teach patience, understanding, and gratitude. Elder Oaks encourages seniors to see each stage of life as sacred. Even when we feel weaker or lonelier, every day still has value and every experience still has meaning. By accepting change and loss, we discover that our inner strength and faith can be greater than we ever imagined. But acceptance is only one step. The next lesson shows every senior that their value never fades, no matter age, health, or circumstance. And this lesson can remind us that life's purpose does not end with change or loss. Some seniors start to feel invisible. They may think that because they are older, weaker, or retired, their value is less. But Elder Dallin H. teaches a very important truth: your value does not expire. Age cannot take away what you are worth. Your experiences, wisdom, kindness, and love are priceless. These are things that grow stronger with time, not weaker. Even when the world focuses on youth, strength, or money, seniors still hold a special place. The lessons you have learned, the examples you have set, and the love you have shared cannot be measured. Every life story, every act of kindness, every word of encouragement leaves a mark that lasts far longer than material things. Seniors often forget that they still have purpose. Elder Oaks reminds us that every person has something important to offer, no matter their age. You can teach, guide, comfort, and inspire. Your thoughts, prayers, and actions can still change lives. You may not notice it immediately, but your value continues to grow quietly, like roots spreading deep under the ground. Understanding your worth gives hope and confidence. It helps you focus on what matters instead of worrying about what you cannot do. Life may have slowed down, but your heart, your spirit, and your influence can still reach far and touch many people. Age does not limit your ability to love, to serve, or to make a difference. And the next lesson shows how seniors can use their example to inspire others, especially the younger generation. Your actions may speak louder than words, and your life can leave a legacy that time cannot erase. One of the greatest gifts seniors can give is the power of their example. Elder Dallin H. Oaks teaches that actions often speak louder than words. Grandchildren, children, and even friends watch more than they listen. The way you act, how you treat others, and how you respond to life's challenges teaches lessons that no lecture ever could. Simple acts can have deep meaning. A kind word, a patient smile, or a helping hand shows more than instructions ever will. The values you live every day, honesty, faith, love, and patience, leave a lasting impression. Younger generations notice these things, even if they do not always say it out loud. Your example can guide them long after they leave your presence. Seniors may feel that their influence is small, but Elder Oaks reminds us that even quiet, unseen actions have great power. You may think a small act does not matter, but it can inspire courage, hope, and kindness in someone else. Every act of goodness, every moment of self-control, and every choice to do right becomes part of your lasting legacy. Living as an example also strengthens your own character. When you choose to act with love, patience, and integrity, it not only impacts others, but deepens your own peace and satisfaction. Elder Oaks teaches that the true power of life comes from living in a way that reflects your values, even in small, ordinary moments. But example alone is not everything. The next lesson shows why humility is also important for seniors. Learning to accept help and show strength in quiet ways that many do not see. This lesson can transform how you face life's later years. As we grow older, our bodies may not work like they used to. We may need help to do simple things, or we may feel tired more easily. Elder Dallin H. Oaks teaches that asking for help is not a weakness. It is a sign of humility and strength. Being humble does not make you less valuable. It makes you wiser. Humility allows seniors to accept support from family, friends, and even strangers. It teaches us patience and trust. Sometimes, admitting that we cannot do everything on our own is one of the hardest things to do, but it opens the door to love, care, and connection. When we accept help gracefully, we also give others the chance to feel joy in helping us. Elder Oaks reminds us that strength is not always loud. True strength can be quiet. It is in the ability to face difficulties with grace, to admit limitations, and to rely on others when needed. This type of strength grows as we learn to balance independence with humility. Learning humility and weakness also prepares seniors for life's final stages. When we understand that asking for help is part of life, we can face challenges without fear. It allows us to focus on what matters most: love, kindness, faith, and making every moment meaningful. But humility is not the final step. The next lesson shows how seniors can prepare for life's last journey with peace and hope. This lesson teaches us how to face the future without fear and embrace the time we have left. Every person will one day face life's final journey. Elder Dallin H teaches that this stage of life is not something to fear, but something to prepare for with peace and faith. Preparing for the end is not only about practical matters, but also about our hearts and minds. It is about finding hope, letting go of worry, and trusting that life continues in ways we may not fully understand. Seniors can prepare by reflecting on their lives, being grateful for the blessings they have received, and forgiving themselves and others. This preparation helps calm fear and bring inner peace. It is not about giving up, it is about finishing life well, with dignity and trust in God's plan. Even in old age, there is a sacred opportunity to make choices that will matter forever. Elder Oaks teaches that preparing for the final journey also includes strengthening relationships. Saying, "I love you," sharing memories, and teaching important lessons to children and grandchildren are all ways to leave a lasting impact. These acts of love and faith become a bridge from one generation to the next, creating a legacy that time cannot erase. This preparation allows seniors to focus on what truly matters: love, faith, kindness, and service. When we face life with this mindset, even the final journey can be approached with hope and courage. It is not the end of meaning, but the continuation of life in a different way, one that we can meet with peace because of the choices we make today. And now, in the next lesson, we will learn about leaving a legacy that lasts, not through what we own, but through values, love, and the lives we touch. This lesson reminds every senior that their life story continues long after they are gone. Many seniors think that what they leave behind is only material, money, houses, or things. But Elder Dallin H. teaches that the most important legacy is not what we own. It is the values we pass on, the love we give, and the lessons we teach. These are the things that last long after we are gone. A true legacy is built in small moments. A kind word, a patient heart, or a lesson shared can be remembered for generations. The stories we tell, the examples we set, and the prayers we offer can guide our families and communities long into the future. Material things may fade, but the way we touch people's hearts never disappears. Seniors have a special opportunity to leave a lasting impact. Elder Oaks reminds us that love, faith, patience, and honesty are the treasures that really matter. These values become the foundation for children and grandchildren, and they continue to grow as they are practiced and remembered. Every life can leave a mark, no matter how ordinary it may feel. Leaving a legacy also brings peace and joy. When seniors focus on what truly matters, they see the beauty in giving, sharing, and teaching. Their lives continue to influence others even when they are not physically present. It is a reminder that life is measured not by what we own, but by how we touch the hearts of others. And in the final lesson, Elder Dallin H. leaves every senior with a message about finishing well, living the remaining years with peace, hope, and purpose. This is a lesson that can inspire and guide every heart, no matter the age. Growing older is not a burden, it is a blessing. Elder Dallin H. teaches that the final years of life are a time to reflect, to grow, and to finish well. Finishing well does not mean doing everything perfectly. It means living with peace, hope, and purpose. It means making choices that bring joy to your heart and to the people around you. Seniors can finish well by focusing on what really matters. Love more, forgive more, and give more. Spend time with family, help others, and share your wisdom. These acts do not require strength or wealth, only a willing heart. Every small choice adds meaning to the life you are still living. Elder Oaks reminds us that faith is a powerful part of finishing well. Trust in God, pray for guidance, and find comfort in your beliefs. When life slows down, these moments of faith can bring courage and peace. They help seniors face challenges, losses, and the unknown future with calm and confidence. Finishing well also means leaving a legacy of love and values. Your life can continue to inspire others long after you are gone. The lessons you teach, the kindness you show, and the love you share are gifts that never fade. These are the true treasures that outlast time and change. Life is a journey, and the final years are not the end. They are a chance to live fully, to serve, and to touch hearts. Elder Oaks reminds every senior that each day is precious. By living with hope, gratitude, and purpose, you can finish well and leave the world a better place than you found it. Growing older is a gift. Time may be short, bodies may grow weak, and challenges may come, but your heart, your love, and your faith can shine brighter than ever. Finish well, live fully, and know that your life matters more than you can ever imagine.